Hi everyone, it's Helen Horta here, founder of From Help, and I am on the DPD site and I'm looking at my health information here. It's still it's still locked, and looking at the time here, so it's Friday the 18th of February 19:36 a.m. local time, and my flight is supposed to be leaving on the 21st of Feb at 9:45 a.m. So I'm going to check back at 9:45 a.m. and see if my health information has been unlocked, because that would be exactly 72 hours before my flight departure at 9:45 a.m. So I'll check back then, see if it's unlocked, and yeah, we'll see what happens from there. We can see here that it is now unlocked and I can commence the health information. So let's go ahead and see what it entails. Okay, so the health declaration, yep, okay, open 72 hours prior to departure. I think we all know that now. So your health declaration will be shared with state and territory authorities in line with our privacy policy. Okay, so before you travel or transit through Australia, you must present proof of a negative COVID-19 polymerase chain reaction or PCR or nucleic acid amplification test NAAT taken within 3 days of your flight's scheduled departure to Australia, or a medical certificate as evidence of a negative rapid antigen test or a RAT taken under medical supervision within 24 hours before your flight's scheduled departure to Australia. So it looks like the PCR and the NAAT needs to be taken within 3 days or 72 hours of your flight's scheduled departure to Australia. And then for the RAT, it needs to be taken under medical supervision, and it has to be within 24 hours before your flight's scheduled departure to Australia, okay? So if you're doing any of those three, just be aware of the time that you have. Okay, to find out if you are exempt, or for more information, go to this link here. And again, I will provide the links below for those who are still locked out. And the 3 days before the day of your flight to Australia was scheduled to commence, have you been exposed without adequate personal protective precautions to a person who tested positive to for COVID-19? So these are yes or no questions that you have to select, yes or no. Now, next one. Have you tested positive for COVID-19 in the 7 days before your planned departure for Australia, or are you currently experiencing any symptoms of COVID-19 such as fever, sore throat or cough? Maybe I'll just go back. Okay, if we do select yes, okay, no further questions come. If you select no, okay. So for that question again, so if we did select yes, okay, no extra questions, then no. Okay, so are you an Australian citizen, permanent resident or immediate family member? Yes or no? Okay, if you say no, okay, no, nothing further comes up. So has a doctor ever told you that you had COVID-19, or have you ever tested positive for COVID-19? Yes or no? Okay, so if you do say yes, expect the following questions. So you need to provide the month and year of the diagnosis. So follow that format there, day, month, year. What country were you in when you had COVID-19? So you've got the options here. Press on the down arrow and select the country you were in. So giving false or misleading information to the Australian government is a serious offence. Penalties apply to breaches of state and territory public health orders. So select one of the following. So I am exempt from Australia's COVID-19 testing requirements, or I was tested for COVID-19 prior to my departure to Australia in accordance with the Australian requirements and received a negative test result. So this part here has to do with these tests up here. So the PCR, the NAAT and the RAT. So that's what this question, well, my interpretation is it's talking about this question here. So make your selection, and then to the end, I declare I am fully vaccinated with an Australian approved or recognised COVID-19 vaccine. So if you press on that link there, it will give you more information. So I have evidence to support this, and my last dose of the vaccine was at least 7 days before the day of my flight is scheduled to commence. So select yes or no. So if you are fully vaccinated, your evidence would be your vaccination certificate or the equivalent. Okay, so answer all those questions and then proceed to continue. Okay, so we get to the section here and it's for the vaccination details. It says, please ensure all doses are added, including your booster, before leaving this page. So please provide your vaccination certificates. So you go to add. Okay, so as you can see here, it says add a COVID-19 vaccination certificate. So your options are add your Australian issued international COVID-19 vaccination certificate if you have one, or manually enter your details. So in my case, I do not have a Australian issued vaccination certificate, so I will manually enter my details and I will select this option here. So we're up to this section here and it says fill out COVID-19 vaccination form. Now this section here has already been pre-filled by the system, and it's just going off the information that you've already put in, so you do not need to fill out that section. And the sections you do need to fill out are these ones here. So you need to put in the date of vaccination, put in the dose number, put in your country of vaccination. So you can select there, or as it says, just start typing the country name. So if I was to put New Zealand, there you go, New Zealand. So select the vaccine brand. So you've got all these to choose from. Oh, I did have somebody ask about the Janssen vaccination. So for that person, the Janssen vaccination is one of the options. So good for that person. Puts in the batch number, puts in the centre that administered the vaccination, and the disease or agent targeted. So over here you can see that you can upload your vaccination certificate, and remember the accepted files are the JPG, the JPEG, the PNG and the PDF, and remembering that the max file size for each document that you upload is 5 megabytes. So if it's not uploading, it might be because it's too big, or it's because it's not an accepted file. Okay, so go ahead and fill in those sections. So in my case, because I've had the booster, the number of doses I would place in here would be 3. If you've only had 2 doses, put in 2, or put in the number of doses that you have had. And for batch number, I didn't know what the batch number was, so I just left that blank. And because it doesn't have a red asterisk, I knew that it was optional. Okay, centre administered, so again, there is no red asterisk there. But if you do know the name of the centre that administered your vaccination, then put it in there. And for this one here, disease or agent targeted, I know that the disease is COVID, but I just left it blank anyway, just in case. So as you can see here, my vaccination certificate has showed up like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and confirm and continue. Okay, so once you have uploaded your documents, so as you can see here, vaccination details, please ensure all doses are added, including booster, before leaving this page. So if you haven't added your booster, then go to this icon here, press on it, and it will take you back so that you can update those records. And you will come back to this page. Once you're happy, then save and next. If you do need to add more information or more evidence, then go ahead and press add. Okay, let's go to save and next. Okay, so COVID-19 test results. Okay, well, it looks like you do actually need to put in the results for your RAT, your NAAT, or your PCR, just going off this. So we will have a look. You do need to enter your COVID-19 test result. So go ahead and select the COVID test that you have had. either the PCR or the PCR, NAAT or the RAT. Put in your outcome of your test. Put in the date that the COVID test was conducted, the country where the COVID test was conducted, and again, you've got that drop down arrow there, and the place where the COVID test was conducted. And once you've done that, upload that document and confirm and continue. Okay, and if you don't have that result yet, go back. If you go save and next, it will come up with this message here. So you have not provided any COVID-19 results. Please ensure that you provide them when you are able. So once you do receive those COVID test results, come back into here and go to amend, go back to add, and then put in all the information that is required. Then you can upload your COVID-19 test results and then confirm and continue. Once you have updated those results, then you can go to submit. Okay, so once you submit your health declaration and you've submitted everything else, then you should be able to submit your application. Now, because this is for the purposes of helping people know how to fill in their DPD and the process that they need to go through, I will not be submitting this application. But I did notice with the health section that I did actually receive an email exactly 72 hours before my flight was to depart, and that email came through Microsoft, and that email did confirm that I could start on the health section. So that concludes the DPD application process. Hopefully you found it helpful, and all the best. I really hope that your applications get through speedily and without too many problems. But yeah, safe travels, all the best. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. And it's Helen Hortai, founder of Form Help, signing out. Bye.